our troops may be leaving, but support for Afghanistan is not ending in terms of support and maintenance of their helping maintain their military as well as economic and political support. The Afghans are going to have to decide their future, what they want. But it won't be for lack of us being helped. There's going to be and the senseless violence that has to stop, but it's going to be very difficult.
Well, that's President Biden in the Oval Office meeting with Afghan President Ashraf Ghani at the White House on Friday, amid troubling new reports that the Taliban is mounting a takeover in Afghanistan. That even before the U.S. finishes pulling out our troops. That's supposed to be by September 11th, after nearly 20 years of war. The Wall Street Journal, with this ominous warning, quote, Afghan government could collapse 6 months after U.S. withdrawal, new intelligence assessments says. Judy Miller is here, Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, author, adjunct fellow at the Manhattan Institute for Policy Research, and Fox News contributor. Judy, reports already now from the ground say the Taliban's making progress. They're taking over towns. They are grabbing more territory even before our troops are out. Are the Afghan forces up to it? What is your prediction of what they face ahead?
Well, Eric, I am very, very worried about the situation in Afghanistan, which is really dire in terms of the Afghan government's prospects and the peaceful withdrawal of American forces and what will happen after America leaves. We've already pulled out about 1/2 of the 3,500 forces that were remaining there. But I think that this is, even though it is obviously everyone's desire in America to end America's longest war, a very, very risky venture, and I'll tell you why. Number one, we simply don't know that the Afghan army is up to fighting alone. There's every indication that they're not. The Afghan Taliban have already launched an offensive. They've taken dozens of villages, checkpoints in the northern part of the country. The Afghan soldiers have abandoned the expensive military equipment, the Humvees, the mortars we've left there. There is every reason to believe that they will not be able to withstand a Taliban onslaught. They are just waiting for us to leave. They don't have to do anything until we leave, but they've already started. How is that? Why does that give anyone confidence that Afghanistan can hold together?
What happened to the peace talks? I mean, you heard about the peace talks, that there was going to be some type of deal?
Right. Well, you know, President Biden is continuing the withdrawal that President Trump started. And I think both presidents have made a mistake. America has forces all over the world, and they are there to maintain America's presence and soft and hard power. The peace deal that was crafted and everyone was saying was such a great triumph turns out to not be honored by the Taliban. The Taliban are already taking territory. The Taliban have agreed that they will not do business with al-Qaeda. That was our major concern. But there's every reason to believe that once we are gone, the Taliban will go back to business as usual. They have already gone back to their old ways of stopping girls from going to school in the areas that they control. They've already started execution of people who disagree with them politically, religiously, ethnically. And look, we have 18,000 Afghans there who helped us risked their lives for our soldiers. There is no plan as yet for getting those people and their families out. I think
we got to do that. We have to get the translators out.
Absolutely.
Yes.
But we haven't. When there's yes, just as what happened in Iraq, just as what happened in South Vietnam, you have to ask yourself, if you're someone who's going to fight for democracy and fight against an autocrat, are you going to rely on the United States to really defend you after you've seen a string of withdrawals? It's not easy to remain in these places, but the price of withdrawing is often even higher.
You know, Judy, finally, in a few months, we'll be honoring and remembering September 11th, 20 years. I was at the museum, the 9/11 Museum, on Friday, thinking about this. And they have a cornerstone from Osama bin Laden's. They've got a brick from Osama bin Laden's compound. After so much blood and treasure, 2,312 Americans who were killed during this war. What is and what will be the legacy, do you think, of Afghanistan? Could they not have prevented this, and could they have not had another terrorist launching base there? What will this mean, and what, if anything, have we learned from this?
I think that most Americans supported the invasion of Afghanistan. Most Americans don't want to be there. But if we learned anything from George Bush's withdrawal from Iraq and ISIS's taking over of all of the territory the size of Great Britain, it's that terrorists love a vacuum. Terrorists and the Taliban and others like them love the absence of American force. I think the Afghans will pay a terrible price.
Judy Miller. Judy, as always, thank you.